How's it? Welcome back to the channel. So I had a question come in wanting to know why and when I got into my lucid dreaming practice. And like, to put it simply, at least initially, it was really just like as a form of escape for me. And don't get me wrong, I really lucked out in my life in a lot of ways. I was born in paradise just by blind, stupid luck. And I really do kind of look at Hawaii as, paradise. I really do love it over here. Had a good family. Grew up on a horse ranch, which I guess is kind of besides the point. Like, I don't really care about horses, but it was a kind of unique thing. It had its perks to it. We had a good group of friends down there when I was really young at the barn. But I also had my stressors. And really, at least early on, all my stressors came from like school, really, where I was having problems in school from like the very beginning. From like preschool, I was having problems all the way up on through it, which is one of the nice things about my kids, because like at least so far, they don't hate school, right? They got a good group of friends there. They're socially active. They get their work done. So that's really nice to see, at least so far. But for me, like a particularly stressful time in my life was like, like early teens, like 12, 13 years old, as I'm sure it is for a lot of people, right? You're going through all these changes and whatnot. But that was a particularly stressful time. And that's also when I started to have my first consistent lucid dreams. Now, before that, when I was like 6 or 7, I would have this recurring nightmare that, once I had it, after I had it the first time, anytime that dream would start from then on out, the moment it would start, I knew exactly what I was in for, but I wasn't able to influence or change it. So in a way that was a lucid dream because I knew I was dreaming, but, I don't really count it. And then even before that too, I've always been really interested in my dreams, right? I've always would like look forward to going to sleep and seeing what kind of adventures and whatever I'd find myself on. Plus, when you're younger and your parents get to dictate your sleep schedule and you're sleeping like 8, 9, 10 hours, mostly just so your parents can like get you, get the kids out here so they can have their own personal free time. But that's really is like the perfect environment to have a really active dream life, right? Like the longer you sleep, you spend exponentially more time per sleep cycle in REM, so you have exponentially more dreams the longer you sleep. Plus being able to wake up slowly, right? You're stuck in your room for like 9 hours or whatever trying to sleep. You wake up at some point, you can wake up slowly, and then that gives you the perfect opportunity for really like an actual dream work practice, because then it gives you the opportunity to lie in bed and recall those dreams to memory, versus as you're an adult, your alarm goes off. Oh God, what time is it? I got to get the kids ready for this and that and do my work. So being able to wake up slowly is actually a super crucial part to having a dream work practice. But anyway, where was I? So around like 12, 13 years old, I started having relatively consistent lucid dreams. Basically from that point on, I would have it at like once a month clip, like just ever since then. But, me being like a hormone-fueled teenager, not really knowing anything better, I would exclusively use my lucid dreams for like fun and pleasure seeking. And, I still do that quite a bit nowadays. But, and I also don't see anything wrong with that. If you don't want to go beyond that and get to some of the deeper stuff with the dream work practice, by all means, man, using it for fun and pleasure seeking, in my opinion, is totally fine. So, about once a month, not really trying to have lucid dreams, I would just naturally have them. I was just naturally inclined to it, luckily enough. And then when I was about 30, and this is at the same time I was getting into my own personal meditation practice, that's when I started to figure out that lucid dreaming was actually a skill that could be learned, practiced, and improved upon. It could be used for so much more than just fun and pleasure seeking. I found out about Tibetan dream yoga, and there's like thousands of years of, stuff around this practice. And then that really piqued my interest. I mean, huge. So from that point on, that's when I would really call it a practice. That's when I started doing things to try and have more lucid dreams. I started trying to branch out beyond just fun and pleasure seeking. And, I really took to it. I really loved it. I was talking the heads off of everybody in my personal life about it until they got sick of it. I tried to make like I went on to like the meetup.com, and we tried to like to organize like local meetup groups so we could meet up and talk about it. And, that was okay. I didn't really like it that much, actually, because every time we'd meet up, the conversation would get so far off topic from what I wanted to go on and whatever. But it was still a kind of cool thing. I've been thinking about getting that going again, but, we'll see. But then the, COVID hit, everything shut down. Then I started my channel, and I've been cracking along like this ever since. Yeah, so that's basically why, why do I keep into practice now? It's really just, it's like, it's so much unexplored space in there, right? Like there is no telling what the limits are with this whole lucid dreaming thing. I think some people think it can do far more stuff than it actually can. But even just staying like within, what has been proven, like, being able to practice skills within your lucid dreams, or, get over phobias, or really just being able to have, because you can have any type of experience, right? Any type of experience is possible within the lucid dream. So even just to go in there to like have the experience of, pure love, or meeting a deceased loved one, or doing little experiments like I like to do, trying to bring back information from the dream. Like if I get something, I'm gonna try to wake up and have this in my hand. Never works, but I like to try that. Or I'll try like leave little notes in the dream and see if I can find those notes in the waking life, which of course never worked. Doing little like mutual shared dreaming experiments, and dreaming about like taking my kids flying and stuff like that, then waking them up and asking them, hey, were you flying in your dream? Do you remember seeing me and all? Like I really love that whole aspect of it as well too. So that's also what kind of keeps me in the practice. And then also what keeps me in the practice is, I really love sharing and trying to spread the practice. I think this thing should be as popular and widespread as like meditation is nowadays, right? It should be well established that lucid dreaming is a thing, can be learned, practiced, and improved upon. It can help people get better sleep, because then they can start prioritizing getting more sleep, which is a funny thing for me to say because, man, for the past like couple months, been totally wrapped back up in video games and my sleep has been taking major cracks. But nonetheless, I think it could be a really useful thing to kind of get the practice out there. And then eventually, at some point in the future, they're absolutely going to figure out a way to how to lucid dream on command, which in a way, that kind of bums me out because it's going to take away from some of the uniqueness of it. And I think there's a lot to be gained from really learning the practice properly versus, hey, we got this pill, take this pill, kind of like galantamine in a sense, that boom, you're going to have lucid dreams for sure. It's going to drastically up the chances of you getting lucid. They're going to get some kind of device you can wear that's going to just instantly get you lucid and whatnot. So that's coming. That has to be coming at some point in the future. But anyway, until then, we'll do it the old-fashioned way. So that'll wrap it up. Thanks for the question. And until the next video, keep the lucid dreaming practice legit.